So, Case, the hair, too flat?
No, it's just a little different. It's
Right.
like swooping over.
Right. So just before are we on, by the way?
We're on.
Daily Landsblog, 27th of December, 2020. Just before we went on, you said your hair's a little flat. Did you mean to do that? And I respect that. I appreciate that. The swoop, too swoopy?
Yeah, you know what? You make it work for you.
Thanks, Case. Or is that a statement? Or is that a demand?
I actually wasn't saying it works for you. I'm saying you make it work for you. Like.
So you're complimenting me. You
No,
said, Dad, the swoop works.
No.
You embrace the swoop. All right, I know what you're doing. Josh Lewenberg, reporter at TSN 1050, basketball guy, one of my favorite basketball dudes, also a guy who's my buddy, so I'm a little bit biased. Well, I say he's my buddy. I think I've only met him face-to-face twice, but that's what happens when you work with people sometimes in the media. Wrote a story quoting Fred VanVleet of the Toronto Raptors about DeMar DeRozan, talking about how DeMar DeRozan changed the way people in the NBA, around the NBA, view mental illness. That was a terrible shot, Case. I saw this. What is that?
He kicked me.
So Fred said that DeMar had this massive influence because he came out one day and said, I suffer from depression. And I loved this article. I agree with him that DeMar made a big difference. I don't think he's the only one. But the power of a strong man or woman coming out and sharing something that is perceived as a weakness is kind of I think that's like one of the combinations to this safe. Inside this safe is depression and anxiety and suicide and all of that. And I think a guy like DeMar DeRozan can help us at least begin to find the combination of that safe. A couple of things that he said. He said, that is DeMar DeRozan, and he goes through shit like anybody else. I think that was big for him. It took a lot of guts and a lot of heart to do that, and it's something that helped me. This is Fred VanVleet talking about it. Me, in my personal life, feeling comfortable about some of the things that it opened my eyes to, things that I was ignorant about. I find that to be interesting because he's kind of alluding to the fact that maybe he went through the same sorts of things, but he didn't come out and say it like DeMar came out and said it. And the last line of this quote I think is really, really so important for so many of us. Obviously, we've got to worry about our physical health with this virus and all of the other things going on. But our mental health has really been affected over these last 12 months, and it's something that we should all pay attention to and focus on individually and collectively. Amen to that. A year ago, we were doing the same thing. I was looking at the camera, and I probably said, hey, Daily Landsblog for December the 27th, 2019. And probably talked maybe about DeMar DeRozan on this day. But however significant it was 1 year ago, it's magnified greatly. And that's a terrible thing. More people are sick. More people are taking their own lives. The only positive thing about it is, one sec, Riggs. The only positive thing about it is that there's way more awareness, and people who never thought they would be touched by it are, and they now have a better understanding. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. Why are we here, Case?
So you can make this swoop happen?
The swoop? I'm not trying to make the swoop happen, Case. The swoop has happened.
Okay.
All right, one sec. Let me just check the swoop. Yeah, no, yeah, I'll live with the swoop.